Hey, fourth hour FST, welcome to week 6. Let's just take a quick look right at the calendar. We are wrapping up chapter 7 this week. So we take a look here, you're going to see that there's 2 things going on. And for you all, you guys have class on Tuesday and Thursday this week. So Tuesday is just going to be a Kahoot I want you to play to do some review on chapter 7, and that's it. So this is a fairly short assignment. It's all I have planned for that day, so it's kind of nice. Meaning if you are behind in some of the work, I think you might find Tuesday is a good day to maybe get caught up on section 7, 6, which is a little bit longer. Then we're going to wrap up the chapter on Thursday. And what I have is a final assessment for this. It's kind of like a mini project, really. And I think you should be able to get it done, within a reasonable amount of time. So let me just show you the information for that. This project, by the way, the deadline is going to be for you guys on Monday at 9 a.m. So that'll give you, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you need to. You're not going to need all those days to do it, but you do have a little bit of cushion in there. So 9 a.m. on Monday is when all of chapter 7 is done. I will take no more homework for chapter 7 as of Monday at 9 a.m. on the 11th. And then your project, anything that comes in after 9 a.m. on the 11th is considered late, so you can only earn up to 60%. So make sure to get that in on time if you can. Let's just go to that project really quickly. Similar to the one I did for chapter 5, I actually have a little video of me kind of walking through it too that I think you're going to find helpful. If we click into here, again, by the way, here's the deadlines clearly posted. What you're going to be doing here is really just an assessment on the first 4 sections. So this assessment only covers sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. It does not cover section 5 on complex numbers, nor section 6, which is really factoring even when there's imaginary answers. So it's just really to get you some review of these 4 sections. Here's a video right here. I'm not going to play it, but it's 14 minutes long of me walking through doing the project related to my information. And here's what I mean. If you click on this, you're going to be analyzing your monogram. So kind of a personalized final assessment. This is a 1.5-page document, so please take a look at this. Feel free to print it out. And what you're going to find is you're going to do some mathematics about your monogram. And what a monogram is just basically your initials. This is a 1,000-point formative assessment, so it's about 2 days of homework, basically, is what this is. You're going to be making a 4th-degree polynomial. Again, I walk through in the video, my initials are NLN, so what I do is I actually quantify that. I talk about converting your initials to numbers. You're also going to bring in the hour in which you have class. It's either 3rd, 4th, or 7th. That's going to be another number you're going to use. You're going to come up with 4 different zeros or numbers, and then you're going to analyze it. In here, you're going to see the point structure is broken down quite nicely. Of the 1,000 points, 100 points is just for making your own monogram. You can do it by hand if you want to, or this monogram maker I thought was kind of cool on mine too, so feel free to use that. Another 100 points is then going to be to write the 4 numbers you had in factored format, and then define this vocabulary here. On your presentation, define what zeros and multiplicities are for your 4 numbers. Another set of 100 points is going to be now take that factored format, put it into standard format, just do the multiplication on it. Another 100 points is the vocabulary related to the polynomial you created now in standard format. So degree, leading coefficient, and constant. We're also then step 4 here as another set of 100 points is going to be to graph it. So read this paragraph here. When you get your equation in step 2 and equation in step 3, step 2 is factored format, step 3 is the standard format. The graphs of those should be the same. So when you graph them out, if they're not the same, it means you have a math mistake in number 3. So go back and double check your work. And read the details I'm looking for in the sketch of the graph. So give me the final graph for 100 points. Not bad. Point 5 here is worth 200 points, and it is defining these 6 points of vocabulary about increasing, decreasing, and so forth. In the video, I have you label your graph, the various points in terms of letters A through F. So please watch the 14-minute video of me going through the project when you do start it. Number 6 is 100 points on the differences theorem. So use your actual equation, and when you put your equation in the graphing calculator, you can get the table of values. You're going to use that table of values and prove you have a 4th-degree polynomial. Number 7, you're then going to do one step of long division. Of the 4 numbers, 3 of those numbers are related to the letters in your monogram. The 4th number is related to your class hour. What I want you to do is long divide out your class hours back and see what you're left with. That's 100 points. And the last 100 points is the presentation. Can I just kind of follow that you have all of these elements in there? Basically, steps 1 through 7 somewhere in there. And the deadline again for you all for 4th hour is Monday at 9 a.m. to get up to full credit. Now, again, I do recommend, please do take a moment if you're, after you read this document, if you're kind of unclear exactly what I'm looking for, my 14-minute video here is again, me walking through the steps. Here's the monogram maker if you want to use the electronic version, or again, write it by hand if you want to. If you're artsy and you want to draw, that's awesome. Here's a Desmos calculator if you don't have a graphing calculator. And then here's where you're going to upload your final monogram and all the supporting work. The scoring rubric, again, is right here where all 1,000 points come from. So please review the rubric before you submit it. Very easy for everyone to get 1,000 points on this if you be careful with the details. So that is how we're going to actually wrap up this week. I just want to quickly point and touch on chapter 9 to let you know this. We're kind of done with the big formal assessments after you do chapter 7. What I have planned for chapter 9, I'll give you more details, but it's all laid out. In terms of your assessments, you're going to find 2 quizzes. You all are going to have a quiz on sections 9.1 and 9.3, which is going to be logarithms, by the way. You're going to have a short blue puzzle piece quiz and a green multiple choice. It looks like on this, the 15th. That's one short assessment. And then we're going to wrap up all of your learning right here on, I think you are scheduled for the 28th with another formative quiz. So you're going to have it quiz 9.4 to 9.6, and we're done. So technically, FST, you can check it off your calendar. If you stay on pace, you can officially be done with this class on Thursday, May 28th. We're not going to have a final overall assessment or test or project. It's just 2 blue puzzle piece quizzes along the way, one halfway through the chapter, one at the last end of the chapter on just the last 3 sections. Please let me know as you start your project this week if you have any questions on that or what to expect as we wrap up the year. Have a great week.